Giuliano, we have declared the Sangre de Cristo Mountains a sacred area. We have downloaded 3 etheric crystals there, all duplicates of the Mount Shasta crystal, with the intention to assist in ongoing cleansing, clearing, and energizing of this area. In our next meditation, we will be calling on Kuan Yin, White Buffalo Calf Woman, and Mother Mary, asking them to be guardians of these crystals and to provide restorative and protective energy to the mountain range. Her first part of her question is, how can we bring this energy work to a higher or more effective level? And the second part, how can we best visualize and comprehend the nature of mountain spirits and what they would be the best way to work with them? Thank you.
I would say that you're on the right track in working together with the mountain spirits. And my only addition would be to work with the native ceremonies, in particular the medicine wheel, and on the full moon. This gives you an opportunity to allow the spirits to come to you and to work with you. The native peoples know from their long relationship with these mountains that the spirits will come and will work together, but they like ceremony. And that has been the gift of the native peoples for many, many centuries in this area. When you have the opportunities to do ceremonies, especially in the full moon, then the grandmother, grandfather spirits will come to your medicine wheel and interact with you. You are seeking to protect these spirits. You are seeking to be a shield for them, because the spirits are suffering. Remember that the native spirits in particular have made the commitment to be with these mountains through this whole earth change process. And some of the many painful events that are now occurring around these mountains does affect the spirits. And so they need your effective support and energy. And they need comforting words. This is why the ceremony is so important. And I recommend in particular that you work with Chief White Eagle at these times. For the other thing is that I would seek the Native American names of these mountains, because the Sangre de Cristo, which, as you know, means the blood of Christ, is the Spanish name that was given to these mountains. But there are other names that have been used for centuries by the native peoples, and I would research those names and use those names in particular in the interactions.
Dear Giuliano, in the past, you advised us not to engage with or challenge the underground installations set up by Los Alamos Labs and the government in this area. Can you advise us on how to proceed in clearing the mountains safely and peacefully?
My recommendation was not to confront because of creating more friction. And the solution to some of these difficult energies lies in the spiritual intervention. The military energies around these mountains are dark. The nuclear radiation energies are dark. And it does require what I call a fifth dimensional intervention. And one of the techniques that I have recommended is what I call the mini ring of ascension duplication. This is an exercise in which you visualize the ring of ascension, and it forms, through your meditations, a duplicate mini ring that you place around the area that you are concerned about. This would be a useful exercise for this. And the second aspect is creating a dome of light on top of the ring of ascension to hold the fifth dimensional energies. There's great instability around every military installation on this planet now. There's great instability around the nuclear radiation-giving weaponry around this planet now. And it is a crisis, and it needs the protection to stabilize so that these weapons are not accidentally detonated or discharged in a way that gives off lethal radiation. Yes, I understand that there is a danger from nuclear war, a very high danger, but there's also the danger from these weapons that are not oftentimes being properly stored, and that the weapons themselves are unstable. And many of the scientists do not understand the nature of long-term storage of some of these weapons, and I should say they don't understand the danger involved. So there is equivalent danger from many of these places and mountain areas where the radiation and the weapons are stored. Next question, please.